friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we are setting up my bullet journal for the month, but I first want to let you guys know that my Sweet Sunflowers theme is now available in my shop. I'll link everything down below, so make sure you go check that out if you're interested. All the physical items are available for me mailing it to you if you're in the US or Canada, and that's at my website, amyplansthings.com. And then if you'd like the printables of either of these books, you can grab them on my Etsy shop, which I'll link down below as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to first share with you guys what I created, let's see, 3 days ago maybe. It's the second video before this one in my channel, and it is a creative journal spread using this theme. So this is what we created using the theme previously. But we are going to use the theme today to set up my bullet journal like I always do, because we have all those monthly trackers. We're going to do something a little different today. So let's take a look at my bullet journal for how it looks for the year. So I need to decorate this. We'll do that soon. Here we go. This is what we've got so far. We will try to remember to fill a little bit in here after we've done our main page, because I've been putting all my hand-drawn themes in here just to see the year of the themes. This was all using acrylic marker, so that was really fun to create. I still have nothing to put there. It might just be blank. That's okay. Word of the year section. And then my 26 and 26 things are coming together. And I have, highlighted things that I've completed. And this is what we've done so far. Kind of simple Dutch doors with straight lines and like a single sticker coming out. We did same thing here, mostly waterfall tabs with a couple things sticking out. Same thing here. That's kind of what I like to do in the bullet journal. But I want to do something a little different this month. This was May. This was June. See, all of them are kind of the same. It's kind of my go-to. This one I got a little more intense by doing all the stickers on it. Instead of like having a straight line with one sticker. But this time we're going to add in some faux Dutch doors. And that's going to be really fun. It's going to be a little different though, because we have to make sure our trackers fit in here. So some of them may go halfway over a page. Like, I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. We're experimenting. We're having fun. We're experimenting, and we'll see what happens. So in order to do this, I don't always do this, guys. I have made a plan. So we're going to have it from the center working outwards. So in the center, when everything's folded down like this, it's going to have August across it. And then inside, when you open it out, that's going to be kind of the month in review section. And then I wrote down all the other things I needed to try to figure out how many pages we need on each side, because we're starting from the center. So I think we need 2, let's see, goals, mood tracker, habit tracker, step tracker-ish, something like that. I'm not sure in what order, but this is the fold. And then we have cover, month in review, gratitude, bingo, and quote. Let's see. Yeah, so it's a single Dutch door. Is that really right? A single Dutch door with these? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, we're going to make it fit like this. How many pages did I have for the previous one? I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. Okay, we're just going to fold it. We're just going to fold it. There we go. Okay. Before we do anything else, we are going to start putting stuff down, okay? Month in review is going to go there. Cover's going to go there. Not going to do that yet. But we're going to start here and start with our goals like we normally do, and then work out where things go. But this is our book of trackers. We've got some stickers for the cover, and here's our goals page. So this one we're going to start with and put it right here. Okay, so I know I want, okay, we're gonna be making all sorts of check marks on this. These are the new Zebra Pen Mild Liner. They're a dual tip extra fine. So this is a 0.5 millimeter pen. And it's like a felt tip marker kind of. But see how nice that looks? Like it's been fun to write with. I don't think I'll journal with it, but it's good for just lists and stuff. But okay, so we've got mood. Those are going to be on the inside fold. This one could be bingo, perhaps, and the other side will be gratitude. So then we may not even get the quotes in here. This might not all fit, but it's like I have 9 pages that I need, and I'm trying to fit it into 8. I don't want to fit it into 10 because then one side is 1 Dutch door and the other side would have 2 Dutch doors, and I can't do 2 and 2. That would just be, I wouldn't have enough stuff to put in there. So we're trying to make it work. Okay, so this will be bingo. So over here, let's put the mood tracker. We're just figuring this out. Because normally with bingo, I like to have it have an extra little journaling section, but maybe we don't do that this time, so we can do a 2-page gratitude thing. Okay, so with this, we have to figure out how far out to make this. Okay. I think we're just going to go for it and have it do its thing. So for this one, I don't think I want to put down anything yet. I think I want to do a Dutch door and then do the other side of the Dutch door and then figure out how to fit one of these trackers in that spot. Okay, we're going to make a Dutch door. This is just like going with it, and we don't really know exactly what we're doing. We're just figuring it out as we go. All right, so I'm going to start by just making something kind of fun and exciting. I'm going to try to give it a little extra room this way so that we have some more room on the next page. And I have already used some of these things for the previous spread. I could grab another sticker book, but let's see if we can just use what we've got. So I'm just going to collage it. Yeah, let's get, these ones are not mirror images. Let's get one of these V's. Fold it over a little bit of it. Okay. Put it like that. We could do a giant sunflower here as well. Like the bee is headed for it. And then since we're doing just a collage, we've got our little bookmarks. Here's our little board with the honey, and we're gonna end up cutting off this flower, but that's okay. I really wanted the honey in there to make it look fun. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with it. And let's trim that flower off first and put it to the side in case we can use it somewhere else. Okay, so this is kind of fun and also scary, trying something new in the bullet journal. I love my faux Dutch doors and my creative journal. I'm not sure how this is all gonna fit, honestly, but you guys know I love to experiment and I do things so you can see how they work out and you can see my mistakes. You can see how I decide to do things so that you can decide if it's something you'd want to try. So we're trying something new. And we'll see what happens. Anyways, I think this might be my favorite theme that I've ever drawn. So I hope you guys love it too. This one was a really fun one to make. Okay, finding our other stickers that we need. These are all mirror imaged to make these Dutch doors super easy. So you can see how well that lines up. Let's go ahead and trim this. Okay, now the bookmarks. So, by the way, a lot of these same images are in the PET tape or PET tape. This one has a white ink base, but it doesn't have the mirror images. So you can do some layering with that one, whereas this you wouldn't be able to. Let me show you. Let's get this bee down first, and then I'll show you with the flower how it would look. So when you have a white ink base, it allows you to layer over things so you don't see like the colors of the sticker underneath as well. Whereas if we're layering here, you can see that flower behind it on the light things, but you can see you can barely see through the dark stuff. With the white ink base, you can see more and then see nothing through the darker stuff. So that's cool. All right, sticker and this one. We will do the, this part and this part once we've got the shape and all the functional stuff in. We're gonna figure it out. But this is really cool. Okay, so we did that. See, we have all this gap that I may not want to fill, but also we could just have the functional part go in there. Or we could have bingo over here and some more decorative stuff, but that I can still fill in later. Okay, so do I want, okay, just working through this. We did the mood tracker. I'm wondering if any of these are small enough that we could fit them in here while leaving a little bit of a gap. The bingo would not be. Step tracker, no. Habit tracker. I mean, if we cut off this part of it, maybe. But how would I write the names down? We could also just make our own thing. I think what we're going to do is make this the 2-page bingo section. And what I'm going to do is what I discussed with you guys earlier, which is lay it down across the middle here. So first, I do like putting a little bit of tape right on the edge here. So we're going to do that so that I know exactly how much space I have to work with. And the bingo will go right next to that. So we'll be doing that on the other end as well on that side. Okay. So this is something completely new going across the middle. I also write across the middle sometimes in my creative journal, my diary. I know a lot of people kind of feel like they don't want to do that, and that's totally valid. But I don't really mind so much, so we're just going to go across the middle here. So I'm going to do it towards the top. Hey, don't go down yet. We're going from over here so we can get into the crack as well as possible. And then lay it down. Fold it like this. How does this look? That looks pretty good. We're going across the middle. And then we can't see it here. We can decorate this. I like to put in some boxes and things, or highlighted lines or things like that to make like sections to write about the journaling and list making sections. So we'll be doing that in a minute. This one's going to be the gratitude log. But again, we need to get stuff over here that fits. So we need to do our habit tracker and step tracker. Those are the ones that I like to use each month. There are a lot of different trackers in here if you have different goals or different things that you need to focus on. These are the ones that I have been focusing on lately. I've got a bubble, so I'm gonna pick it up and put it back down. There we go with that one. And That was the step. Let's get the habit tracker. And we're going to try to line it up somewhat so that it's like equidistant to the spine middle section. And lay it out. So again, we have it like this. We want this. This is not going to be the same as that. I want to choose similar sized stickers and make it sort of cohesive, but it's not going to match unless you get 2 sticker books and use both of them to get the same exact stickers. Oh, we do have that, but these are smaller than the other ones. These are skinnier than some of this stuff, so I don't think it would work on that one so well. So let's do this large sunflower at the bottom. And I'm going to try to line it up so it's coming out about the same place as the other one. That's a little covered up. That's okay. I can write small or right below or something like that. The other thing, this is for August. We do have 31 days. That's great. These are undated, so you can cover up the ones you don't need, either with a little whiteout, cut it off the page, or like this one, if it's not 31 days, I use a Sharpie to cover that over. So it's just like a black spot that I'm not going to use. But this month, we'll be using it. Okay. We'll use this one, I think, up here as the other larger sticker. We need a few smaller stickers right now, though. The books are decently sized. Let's put it here. And these are going to go over this a little bit, but that's okay. And now we didn't get to use the whole vase. So what if we do this vase? I could set it on top. I think I like that, even though there's no white ink base. So you do see the book through it, but I'm okay with it. Why did I whisper that? I don't know. All right, next up, let's do that honey drip. Trying to get it to come out similarly in terms of spacing for where we're gonna cut. We'll see if it's close at all. All right. Let's just do a giant bee, because I do love the bees on these, and have it, that bee was going that way. Let's have this one heading a little bit downwards. And then we do have these extra stickers that we saved. So I'm just gonna fit it like that so I don't have to use another full sticker. And that is what we've got for this one. Let's see. It's easier to go from the right-hand side, so that's what I'm doing there. There's my gyro cut hiding. All right. Okay, there's a couple spots that got a little fuzzy where it like didn't cut all the way through and it ripped a little, so just fixed those up. There we go. Okay. So now we'll get the back side before we figure out this exact thing. All right. There we go. There's our giant bee. And the books are over there as well. We need to put those down before we can put the jar down. There's the jar. I'm just gonna try to line it up right here and then hope it looks good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then the large flowers, which are where? Back here somewhere. There they are. That's not gonna stay. So then this, and there's just the tiniest bit of the clear sticker to trim on this one, because I wanted it to go all the way down to the edge with the sticker so that you can see the stem hitting the edge of the page. Okay. It is all coming together. This is always like the trust the process area. All right, stickers stuck to me. Now I do want to get the gratitude log in here, but I kind of want to create this as its own gratitude log instead of following what's on the page, because we're making it a 2-page spread. So what I'm going to do is just trim the name, the title, gratitude log, and then we're going to create our own. I do this a lot. The one that's there is great for 1-page spreads and things like that, but sometimes I want a little more space. So then we can create our own. We have number stickers and all of that for it. Okay, so other sticker book, the Moments and Moods book. We are gonna find gratitude log and just trim it here. It does have the sunflowers cut off at the bottom of this, so the tips of the sunflower petals are not there. So I have to figure out if I'm okay with that, if I want to put a piece of tape there, if I want to put another sticker underneath it. I'll decide, but this is going to go across the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down on one side and push it into the crack there so it fits well. And then this, I still can't see any of it, and we're going to do numbers down like this. And then probably find a highlighter to match to highlight those areas. So I could use these numbers, but we also have these numbers. So you get numbers in both books. I think I'm actually, do I want to use orange or green? Because we have green in like the leaves in the books. How about we go back and forth? We'll use orange and green. So let's do that. Sometimes it's nice to use a clip on a sticker book so that it doesn't keep closing on you. And we are just going to go down the page, starting with 1, and hopefully, I'm going to wing it. Hopefully we'll get all the way through like 15 or 16 on this one side, and then do the other half on that side. I have to think about which number I'm picking up and what color. That's the hardest part. Orange. Here we go. Okay, I think we're doing good on how far we'll get. Look at that. Why did I whisper that? I don't know. But we're going to get all 16 here. Oh, no, I need 15. Why am I jumping ahead? I was saying 16 in my head and picked up the wrong one. Okay, so we're going to get all the way through 16 on this page, which means it's going to be a perfect fit over here as well. So 16. Then lining it up, 17, and just follow it all the way through to 31. Hey. Okay, I need to find matching, oh, that's not lined up, matching mild liner highlighters, the best fit that I can go for these. So I'm going to have to go find that once I'm done putting all of these down, and then we'll come back and figure that out. 20, 29. And 31. Perfect. Look at that. All right, so I grabbed a bunch of pens and swatched them on one of our extra pieces that we cut off. And the green is going to be a great fit. I like that one. This orange is a little too bright. This one's neon. That's not going to work. So I swatched out the yellow mild liner as well as an orange Tombow. And the Tombow is a brush tip pen. It's a great thing for hand lettering. It doesn't get as even lines for this kind of stuff. So I'm debating between the Tombow, because it's a better color match, or the mild liner. It also will not be the same width as using a green pen, but is the color matching enough? Yeah, I think we're going to do the Tombow because it's just a better color match. So we're going to do that. For the mild liner, it's easier to get the straight lines this way because you're just pulling straight down and it just makes it just a little less wobbly. Same thing when I'm cutting the pages with the gyro cut. It's easier to pull towards you than away from you. So we're going to do that for all of these. I just want to make sure I don't go past where that is. Okay, so it's about here. Just going to put a dot. Okay. And I am highlighting over the dot because these over the dots instead of in between the dots, because these stickers are so big that they take up, the number stickers are so big they take up 2 spaces on this. All right, so with the Tombow, I'm not going to pull this way because it's a brush tip pen and I can't get the angle the same, so I'm going to go this way and try to get it as straight as possible. We'll see how it works. You can see it's a little skinnier there than there. So this one isn't like my favorite, but it'll do. I think it's a better color situation than doing yellow when everything over here is orange. It's definitely taking a little more concentration than with the mild liner just to try to keep it straight and even and not tremble as I do it. It's so hard to keep your hand still when you need to stay still. See, that one was thicker than some of the others. Whoops. That's all right. It's still okay. Imperfections like help make the spread, I always think. So I'm okay with it. There's that. Okay, great. So we did the habit tracker and the step tracker, the gratitude and the bingo. We didn't put a quote in, but we might not do it this time. I don't always, or we might have space to fit it in here with the month in review. That's actually a great idea. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make our little cover page now. How do I wanna do that? So I've got all these really fun tapes. And I want to have it say August somewhere. I also have the cover page stickers here. I just love this so much. Okay, we're going to use this and we're going to work around this with some tape and make a really fun page. But we're going to lay this smack dab in the middle, but we have to make it go across the 2 pages. So I'm going to do it like this and trim it and then put it on the other side as well. This will help us keep a really straight line since we're going up against the edge of the page. And now I have to try to line it up so that it's not like too far off from where it would be. There we go. I think that's good enough. All right, so now the question is for the word August. Are we gonna put that across the page too, or just put it like over here? Put it up here. I think I kind of like it down here. I like these black text stickers that are on clear paper so that I can layer them over stuff. Yeah, I like it there because this comes down a little bit more, so it's like kind of even though it's not even. You know what I mean. All right, so now the question is, how are we gonna do this? I wanna decorate it. I wanna have some tape going on. Let's use this one to go straight down like this. And then we're gonna go from there and figure it out. Doing one piece at a time, just making kind of gut decisions and then figuring it out. Cool thing is that tape typically comes up off the page easier than stickers do. So if you try something and don't like it, you can probably peel it up pretty easily. So I'm wondering, do I want to add a piece of tape on these pages so that when we do it like this, it looks like there's another Dutch door going on, like going like that way? Do we want to do that? Let me just show you what I mean. Like have this, because we have some extra space, have it sticking out like that. I don't know. Okay, for this one though, I know I do want a black tiny tape. This is my 3mm whiteboard tape. And we're just gonna do a little border here. We might actually leave it alone and not put anything else on this page. This is kind of feeling good. I kind of like it like that. Yeah, I think we might just leave it like that. Maybe put a few more bees on the page in a minute, but that might be it. I don't want to use up the bees if I need them for another page though, so we're gonna wait. I would like to finish up this bingo now that we know how everything kind of plays out. And what we're gonna do, I think we need a collage over here. So first what we're gonna do is just get some boxes down. I have all these layered boxes, but they're pretty wide, the ones that are left. So we're just gonna make our own boxes for the bingo. I like to fill in using some of the different boxes and things like that. So we're just gonna make sure we don't go past that. Get a few spots for writing like that, and then maybe something down here as well, or down here. We do have these. I can put that there. That fills a nice spot. As well as getting like one more. Okay, we have 2 greens already on the page. I want to use the more yellow one for the big box and the orange one for the smaller box because I like to layer. And we're going to put it like here and do this one like that. And then, because we used highlighter here, let's use highlighter here too. And just draw some lines for writing. So we're going to do all orange in this one, and then do some green down below. This will get us a little more space. Going sideways, which I just said not to do with the mild liner, but I'm trying. Okay, so there we go. I feel like we do need to like collage this in a little bit with some other stickers, but let's do everything else first and see where we get. This is the page where we could do some really fun stuff. Let's put a honey drip all the way across it. Yeah. And this is going to be the month in review page, which we might put the quote part on as well. Okay, this is a large sticker. So it's easier to keep straight if we go like this. Trying not to get it stuck on the page before I'm ready. So I've curled it up in my hand and I hope it does okay. This might be the longest sticker I have ever put down. Try to keep it in camera for y'all. Stuck to my finger. That is such a long sticker. Oh my gosh. I love it. I wasn't sure about the honey drip tape when I was designing all this, but I love how it turned out. Okay, so looking at all this stuff, we have the month in review, which we're gonna chop up in a minute, and that, which we can also chop up a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty easy to just pull out a sheet if you need to. So I'm gonna do that, and actually let's pull out both of these. I'm just gonna turn them into my own thing. It's okay that they come pre-cut in one way and you decide to do something else with them. So I'm gonna fussy cut this one to just be close to, you know, the size of this instead of having all the extra sticker. We are gonna cut everything up so that we can lay it out and see what things are looking like and decide what to do. All right. And these do have the sticker parts here, so we can easily peel them up. But I'm just gonna chop them first and they'll still have their edge. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna like work on trimming them too far. We could put the quote just like over here, or month in review should be centered, probably. That makes the most sense. What I like to do is add some boxes, so they're layered with it, like the colorful boxes. So I'm just trying to figure out the layout that I want for this. We have more space over here, so three of these. I think like that. That would do well, and then we'd still get that on it. But we'll need some boxes with it. So I'm just going to put down the pieces that I know exactly where they'll be, and then we'll pick some boxes to go with it. Okay, so I want the in to kind of be in the crack there, because that's like the middle point of the title. And then we'll put this down as far over to the corner as we can. Except, now that I'm thinking about it, before I put it down, I kind of want to use this one because I love this tape. And again, if something doesn't work out, washi tape is really easy to peel up, so I could remove it if needed. But we're trying it because I love the tape. What do we think? Because we had the black line, maybe we do a whole black line across the bottom too, right above it. Yeah, I think it needs the black line too. So you're going to start here and go all the way across. All right. Yeah, I think I like that. It's going to give us a little less space, but we have a ton of space here, so I'm not worried about the space aspect of it. Oh, I already took the sticker part off. And then that fits nicely here. I'm trying to make sure the text is pretty straight. And there's a tiny bit. I'm just going to trim right there from over that bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we need some of those box stickers. Let's go ahead and use a large green one with this one. And when I do this, because I'm layering them with a box sticker, I try to get as close to the line as possible where the box is going to layer. All right, so we're going to put this one right here. And this sticker like that. All right, and then most proud of is going to go here. It doesn't have space to layer a box, so it's just going to go by itself. This one we'll put with this, so I think we'll do it like that. So just a tiny bit that we need to trim off. So I'm going to put this one over here. Let's see. Just trying to figure out exactly where. Okay. I didn't trim enough off, or else I have to go over the edge of our little thing. I'm just going to trim all the way. There. That's better. Perfect. And then I think we'll do one sticker that kind of goes behind the both of them. We need to do an orange one, and you don't always have to use these straight up and down, so we're going to go this way and just put it like that. And this one's going to go here, so I need to trim these. You don't have to trim them if you just cut them a little bit off of the line, but I like to not have the white part going over the top of the colorful sticker. I don't know, just my preference. Okay, we've got that. And then most challenging, we need to trim those parts. this will look good. All right, so the last thing on this page is, since we've been using highlighter, I think it would look nice to add a little more highlighter in here, because I typically do sometimes write throughout the rest of it too. So do I want to do that? If I do it, I can't take it back, right? So there's a lot going on, but I feel like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that. I think it'll look better by adding a few more decorative stickers in. Just in a few places, like not too many. So like the box with the flowers can be right there. How about that there? A little something here, a little something here, maybe a little something there. So right over here, that fits nicely. We could add another bee right in here. I kind of want a little bee right next to the letter M. It's kind of cute. And then I do feel like something needs to go there. And maybe, stay down, maybe right there. Okay, so a little book. Yeah, I think a few more decorations looks better than the highlighter on this page. Okay, so what will fit right there? How about the mug with the spoon and the honey drip? There. Okay, I think that looks great. So now we just need to, we did put stickers across the fold, so we need to fold it down and kind of like make sure that it sticks, because sometimes stickers don't stick if they're too close to the fold. So that's fine. This one is popping up. See that? So we just need tape right there. It just happens when your sticker is too, one side of the sticker does not have enough space, that it doesn't have enough adhesive to stay down. So just a little bit of double-sided tape helps that, and see, it's not coming up anymore. Great. Okay. We've got that. We've got that. That's awesome. We need to do these, and you know what? My favorite thing out of this entire release is this tape. And we're going to use it on both sides. And it may not go all the way in, so if that's the case, we'll use that little black tape like we've been doing to add some little borders, but it does go all the way. But maybe the black tape will look good anyways, just as a little border. This is a 3mm tape, so you can find that on Amazon. You can find it in a bunch of places. Okay. That's so fun. Okay. One more set over here, and then decide if we need to fill that white space, or sometimes white space is okay. And so we have to decide, is this a situation where I want the white space, or is this a situation where I want to fill it? And that's a personal decision for all of us. We all have different like interests in filling the page more or less. So I have to decide. And whatever I decide, you might have made a different decision for your own page. The faux Dutch door was fun. It is something different to change up my bullet journal for the month. Let's take a look. We've got that. There is white space here. I think I'm okay with the white space right now because I think it looks very cohesive like this. I'm good with that. So here's the final flip, unless I find something that feels like I need to fill it in a little bit more. So let's take a look. Here we go. August cover, month in review from the middle, and then we start over here with goals, mood tracker, self-care bingo, leaving that blank so that it pulls that together, gratitude log, leaving that blank, habit tracker and step tracker. I could put a sticker here, but we're not going to. And that is it. Oh my gosh. That is so fun. I love it, you guys. As a reminder, these items are all available now. You can grab them at my website, amyplansthings.com. So go take a look. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.